The music news for the streets, the music news for your beats, the news for the music stuff that you gonna need. We gon' talk about plugins, we gon' talk about gear. If it's news on this music, we gon' talk about it here. Let's go.
What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your guy, SumnSumnSumn. Hit the keys. Here to bring you guys 13 free plugins for October 2024. Make sure if you guys do like this content though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button, hit subscribe and that notification bell so every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. Well, no further delay, let's get right into these plugins. So the first plugin that I have for you guys today comes from Spitfire Audio. They've just dropped a brand new library called Intimate Grand Piano. This thing's pretty cool. It's got a few different presets in there. You know, I didn't even recognize or didn't even know that Spitfire Audio changed the background to their plugin. So ooh, maybe I should pay attention a little bit more. But this thing just sounds like this. And then some of the lower notes, they just sound like this. But I'll let you hear a few more of the presets here. So I'll just go ahead and switch to the next one and I will push play for you. So that's what the presets basically sound like. With this thing, you get some different controls here. So if you tap on this right here, you get control over the reverb, the hammers, the tightness, and the pedal. And then you also have control right here over your dynamics. So you hear with the hammers, you can hear the hammering of the piano. So we'll go ahead and take this back. So you can hear all the clicking and all the other stuff. Pretty solid little, you know, piano plugin in my opinion. If you need one, this one's out there. It's free. It's Spitfire Audio Labs. So you know what I'm saying? Go grab it. The second freebie that I have for you guys today is only free for a limited time until October 23rd. It's been out for about a week and a half for free. I haven't covered it yet. So I thought I'd bring it to this video. It's by UJam and it's called U-Effects Reverb. So when you open up U-Effects Reverb, it's going to look like this. Again, I have it on this piano. This is what the piano sounds like initially. All right, but now once I turn this U-Effects Reverb on, it's gonna sound like. So you can hear how it's slicing up that piano and everything. What's cool about this reverb right here is that you have your typical reverb controls here. You also get ducking and freezing with this. But what makes this reverb special is that you get to use a bunch of UJam's effects, some of their finisher effects. So you'll see here, you got a whole bunch of different filters. And then down here, you're gonna see you have like different stuff like delay, you have glitch, you have different things to put movement into your beats, basics, so on and so forth. So that's pretty solid. And you also have this surprise me button. So boom, you can hit that. It'll change up everything in the reverb. Now let's hear what it sounds like. But we can turn these things off right here and we can just use the reverb if we want to. So that's cool. We got different modes that we can go through. So you see here, we've got reverse, we've got room, we've got basic, we've got a bunch of different reverb types. So if I just pull down some keys. And then we can change the time on that too as well. And we can change the pre-delay on that too. And then what we can do is we can come over here and we can turn on one of these finisher effects. So let's just go ahead and grab something over here. So let's just grab one of these, this chorus. Just a solid reverb. I can turn this chorus up a little bit. It's just dope how that chorus is on that tail end of that reverse reverb. It just sounds, it's just solid. So you have other stuff too. You know, you have flanger, you have phaser. So that's just solid, man. And you just get a bunch of different effects in here that you can mess with. Guess we can come back over here and turn on a filter. Turn this filter up. So with that filter too, it sounds like something that you could use in like cinematic music and stuff like that, but it sounds pretty solid to me. Then you got a bunch of different distortion types up here. Just solid. But in this thing too, there is a bunch of different presets you can go through. So you see they've got everything from keys to creative to drums to guitars, mixes, vocals, all that other stuff. Let's just see what this sounds like. Super hauled up reverb. I mean, just a solid little reverb. I would definitely recommend grabbing this one too, for real. This is probably one of my favorite freebies that I've seen out in the last couple of weeks, couple of months. So, you know, I'll leave everything linked below in the description, of course. All right, guys. And the third freebie that I have for you guys today is a free contact library. It's called Gentle Brass. When you open up Gentle Brass, it is going to look like this. So it's going to come from Fractured Sounds in their Blueprint series, but this brass sounds pretty good. So a very, very solid free brass. With this, you get some controls like over dynamics. You get control over color. So you can either make it brighter or darker. You get some control over atmosphere. You can also solo that atmosphere to just hear what the atmosphere is doing. You got control over your reverb. You got different reverbs in here. So you got hall, room, shimmer, and convolution. Then you have some more controls over here. So you just got control over your attack, your release, your dynamic range. And then you've got your micings over here. So I always think that this is pretty cool. This is one of my favorite things about this plugins, or about all their sample libraries from Fractured Sounds, is that they have 3 different micings. So like, let's say I push play. Now I turn these off. So that's one of the mics. Here's another one. And then here's the third one. So you can hear how that one's farther back. It's not like it's just 3 different. You can tell that there's a difference in the spacing of these. So another pretty solid library that I recommend, especially if you need some brass, because it's like brass is always the hardest thing to find, especially a brass that sounds realistic or sounds good. And the fourth freebie that I have for you guys today comes from Auburn Sounds. It looks like they just made one of the goated freebies even better. So they just released Grellion 3, the free version and the paid version. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. So as you see here, this is what the new Grellion is going to look like. If you don't know what Grellion is, this is basically a free auto-tune plugin for anybody who needs auto-tune. And this is what the new one's gonna look like. It looks pretty solid. I did not download it because I wasn't gonna sing. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't sing, so I had no vocals to put the auto tune on to test it, so I just didn't download it. So, but with this again, you know, you're gonna get some added stuff to the new one. So here are some of the new enhanced pitch correction tools. They've got a pitch shifter. They've got format shifting. They've got pitch correction. 3D pitch engine, so it retains the Gralien 2 sound, or you can go with the Gralien 3 sound, or you can go with this i1, the pitch engine from Inner Pitch, which is their format shifting plugin. But now it's also going to have built-in effects too. So you see it's going to have a compressor, it's going to have gate, chorus, preamp, bit crusher, all tuned for vocals, adding no latency and ensuring fast performance. So that's solid. That's solid. You're going to get effects and everything, and this is free. Again, this is one of the best free, if not the best free auto-tune plugin. And then they have a full version too. If you want to pay for the full version, the features in the full version are going to be unlock high testosterone grit with pitch tracking modulation. What if you're a girl and you don't want high testosterone grit? I digress. Step outside of equal temperament with keyboard tuning and fit in the mix even better with vocal doubler. The fifth freebie that I have for you guys today is for a limited time only as well. This one is from the good people over at Electronic Sound Labs, and it's called Arctic Dreams. When you open up Arctic Dreams, it's going to look like this. I must mention you're going to have to get this one through Plugin OMAT. You're going to have to get a promo code from that website, and then you can enter in at Gumroad where you go to get this, and it's really easy. It just takes a couple minutes. But this thing right here is pretty cool. It's like a lot of atmospheric sounds and a lot of like textures behind the sounds. So it's like a lot of the sounds sound like. So you can just hear all that texture and stuff in the background with these sounds, which is pretty nice. We'll just go through a few of the presets. So yeah, all the sounds in this to me sound really good. Yeah, so it's going to be a bunch of sounds and stuff that sound like this. Let's just go ahead and pick one of these early ones. So it's going to be a bunch of like patty sounding pianos and keys because it's going to have all of that texture and atmosphere behind it. So again, if you're interested in something like this, it'll be linked with everything else in the description. All right, guys. And the next freebie that I have for you guys today is for Kontakt. It's good for the Kontakt player. It is from Impact Soundworks and it's called Tokyo Scoring Strings. So this thing right here is just two sounds. It's going to be a cello and a violin. And it's going to be ensembles. So it's going to be 4 cello players and it's going to be 8 violin players. You can mess with the layers and take some of the people off. So like this is what the sound sounds like. So now what's cool with this is you get some dynamic controls and range. And you get control of your dynamics right here. Then you also get control over the people. So like, let's say I push the button down again. Now I'm gonna click that one off, click this one on. Hear how it sounds slightly different. And then when I click this one on and click this one off, but then all of them turned on together will sound like, so it'll be more thicker. And then we'll go ahead and play the violins for you real quick, just so you can hear what they sound like too as well. So let's go ahead and load this up. All right, now I've got the violin loaded up. I'm so childish. Why did it said, one of these things said minor hold. What did it say? So y'all know I ain't nothing. Y'all know I ain't shit. Cause as I'm looking at this, and when I push this down, look at the screen, what it says. It's gonna say legato slur. And then I look over here and I see MF, and all I'm thinking is MFer. But that's kind of what it sounds like, guys. If you need some strings, this is a cool one to check out. I would recommend it. All right, guys, and the next 4 freebies all come from IK Multimedia. It looks like they are offering some more amp simulations for the Amplitude CS version, the free version. Let's go ahead and check it out. So as we see here, we've got 4 different tools that they're giving away. So what they're giving away currently is going to be this ampless bass driver based on Tech 21 Sans amp, an SVX compressor, an SVS CL bass head, and a bass cabinet. So let's go ahead and check that out. We're gonna hop into FL Studio for just a moment. Again, I'm not like this guitar player like that, so I'm just gonna play it on a bass guitar. I've got all the things loaded up. I don't know if they're all loaded in the right places, but we're gonna check this thing out. So let's go ahead and mute Amplitude. This is what the guitar sounds like initially. So that's what the guitar sounds like. And then once I threw all of these effects on there, it sounds like this. And that's just the free guitar from IK Multimedia, the Moto Bass 2 CS. So you can use that with this. But this, as you look at it here, you're going to get a few different things. You're going to get a compressor. You're going to get this bass driver. Let's go ahead and turn off the compressor for a second. I'm going to turn it on. That's what it sounds like without the ampless. So we're gonna go ahead and turn the compressor back on. Let's go ahead and check out this cabinet real quick. So you're gonna get this cabinet right here. So pretty solid. And then you're also going to get this cabinet right here too as well. And you can move the mics around. You can switch the mics up if you want to. You can do all kinds of stuff with this. So some pretty cool tools, especially if you're using bass guitars and stuff like that in your beat and you don't have a good bass guitar emulation or amp, this will work for you. I can't stress enough. Make sure y'all are getting on these freebies from IK Multimedia, because pretty soon they're probably going to give away the whole entire amplitude if you just stay on it. So go grab this one. All right, guys, the 11th freebie that I have for you guys today is a free saturation tool. I know there's a ton of free saturation tools out there. This one's pretty cool though, because it's got different saturation types. So let's go ahead and check it out. This thing's called Fusion Core. As you see here, it's going to have 4 different saturation types that you can go through. So you can go through tape, you can go through soft heat, you can get some tube saturation, or you can go through overdrive. So I have it on these drums right now. This is what the drums sound like without the Fusion Core on there. All right, now once I throw it on there though, it's going to sound like. So you got control over gain, drive, and tone down here. So I just have this on a mix bus. You can switch up to different kinds of saturation. See how that makes it sound like it's got more tape on it, makes it sound like it's more vintage. And that tube really pumps it up, crunches those drums up a little bit for you. And then we have this overdrive too. They've got a bunch of different presets up in here that you can mess with. So you can mess with a few of these if you want to. Go ahead and see what this pure warmth sounds like. Pretty fire preset. Let's go ahead and hear what it sounds like on this bass drum real quick, because you can use, or this bass guitar, because you can use it on bass guitar too as well. So let's go ahead and pull this thing back up, and this is what the guitar sounded like without it on there. Now if I turn it on, so you can do some cool stuff with this on an 808, a bass guitar. You can use this on anything, really. I mean, you can use it on pianos, guitars, anything you want to use it on. Drums. Not a bad saturation tool, though, if you need a saturation tool. If you don't need a saturation tool, I don't know if this is necessary for you to run out and go get it right away. All right, guys, I'm going to try to run through these last 2 plugins pretty quickly. So the next freebie that I have for you guys today is from Rhodes. This is for a limited time only, and it's called V-Pan. So this is basically a vibrato and panning device. You can use this to layer sounds together if you want to. But basically, you know, it's going to sound like, this is what the piano sounded like without the V-Pan on there. Now, once I throw this bad boy on there, so you hear how it's panning everything back and forth for me. But you can mess with this right here. So you've got different waveforms that you can mess with. You've got control over sync, slew, and smooth. You hear all that slew's giving it a different flavor. And you got control over your rate and your depth over here. So where do I think that this plugin would shine? I think that this would shine as a layer. So like, let's say you put down a piano, and then like maybe cloning that piano and then using this as another layer to that piano just to make it a little bit more fire. Or you can use it for breakdowns, or you can use it for whatever you want to. Electric guitars, electric pianos, whatever it is that you want to put it on there. But it's free for a limited time. You know, go grab it if you need it. All right, guys. And the last story that I have for you guys today is a freebie, and it's called Vocal Menace. So Vocal Menace is going to look kind of something like this. Let's go ahead and scroll down a little bit. So as we see here, Vocal Menace looks something like this. It's an all-in-one vocal processing tool. So in this right here, it's got multi-stage compression and limiting, no clipping, several flavors of progressive drives and distortion, air and EQ, a unique approach to reverb, tempo synced and variable delay, easy internal effects sidechain, and more Easter eggs as you play with it. So it looks something like this. Maybe I'll try to put a closer version up on the screen for you guys to be able to see as I talk about it. But it does do one thing that I absolutely hate about plugins, is that it gives you some crappy names down here at the bottom. So it's like sheen, girth, pause, cup, wash, call, and pain. Like, bro, you're just confusing new producers. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They don't know, you know, this is an EQ, or they don't know something's compression, or they don't know that something's reverb, or whatever the case is. Stop doing this shit. And then I kind of got triggered when I came down here and it was like, Vocal Menace is compatible with all digital audio workstations, Logic Pro, GarageBand, Reaper, Pro Tools, Studio One, Cubase, etc. Man, you ain't gonna put FL Studio on there? I had to edit out what I just said. Come on, bruh. FL Studio is more popular than all the dolls that you have listed here. Like, you don't even have Ableton up here either. This is straight hate. Straight hate. But yeah, if you're interested in an all-in-one tool, something for your vocals, check it out. I just didn't download it because I didn't feel like recording any vocals today to test it out. I didn't have time. So basically, that's what I got for you guys in today's freebie roundup. Hopefully, I can help you guys out with something in here. There's a bunch of fire tools in here. So make sure if you guys do like this content, though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button, hit subscribe and that notification bell so every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. Appreciate you guys' time as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Some, hit the keys.